to throw. Kaufman. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Kaufman. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. And that last run good enough to have him surpass for his career. Get this, folks, 12,000 rushing yards.
And how about this? You're in shouting distance now of the top 10 all-time rushers in NFL history. And in short order now, you've got Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Marcus Allen, and Edgerrin James right ahead of you. He can zoom past them with just a few more carries.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's Miller, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Kaufman. He's got his man, London, right side. And he's going to be out, down inside the 20 at the 15. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. A give for Taylor running right side. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Looking to throw. Kaufman. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground, ETN, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. They go play action now. Lawrence being chased out left. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now an option play on second down. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their mobile quarterback with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And, in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Lawrence, and this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
On play action, Lawrence.
He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 48 yards. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with third and 1.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I'm going to give a little credit here. I think he caught him by surprise with the quarterback sneak call there.
Yeah, he did. Still a yard shy, though, but able to get down to the 1. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne from a yard out. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Play action. It's Lawrence. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point try now for Patterson. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Colts 40, Jaguars 21.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
109 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
And his kick is good.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence.
He's going to let it go again. And this will be caught at the 30.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 17 yards out.
And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And that's caught at the 2. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the drive for 2 is going to come up empty. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Jags grab it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 132 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Charles, a lot of happy faces.